A common refrain in dating is that women operate on a logic that is impossible to map. We have treated the nuances of female behavior as a tangle with no beginning and no end. But relationship breakdowns rarely happen because one person is inherently irrational or difficult. Frustration stems from applying a rigid lens to emotional data. We're trying to fit square analytical blocks into circular gaps. Psychologically, these behaviors form a cohesive system, a logic built on high-level emotional intelligence, designed to process social environments. Mapping this system transforms a perceived mystery into a clear, actionable path toward human connection. Consider the stereotype of a woman describing a problem while ignoring every practical solution offered to her. In this system, communication serves as a tool for establishing a bond. The goal of the conversation is the exchange itself, not necessarily a fix for the external problem. The act of sharing and the resulting emotional release functions as the primary mechanism for managing stress. A conversation splits into two streams. Literal words form a flat line, while the subtext, tone, and body language is a thick, high-frequency wave. Because subtext carries the weight, active listening determines the connection's success more than logical advice. Society frequently uses the label of overthinking to describe a focus on minor, seemingly background details. This intensive mental processing gathers subtle social signals. It establishes a necessary baseline of emotional safety before moving forward. To understand why this safety scan is so rigorous, we have to look at attachment theory, which explores how we form and maintain our closest bonds. Childhood environments act as a root system, shaping adult interactions into patterns of secure bonding, anxious checking, or defensive avoidance. Analyzing shifts in tone is a survival mechanism. The 9 scans for consistency to ensure the emotional environment remains safe. There is a very common assumption in our society that attraction relies heavily on physical metrics or grand theatrical gestures. In many long-term dynamics, attraction relies on an emotional foundation. It is built through consistent, reliable presence rather than a single moment of perfection. Confidence in this framework is an internal asset. It is derived from clear boundaries and self-worth, which exist independently of external praise. This mindset prioritizes growth. It leads women to look for a partner who complements their journey, rather than someone to provide a sense of completion. Remembering specific details and showing steady daily effort generates more long-term value than any sporadic attempt at a grand romantic display. Shifting the perspective to see these traits as forms of intelligence changes the baseline of an interaction. The focus moves away from a fix-it mentality and toward a style of engagement that prioritizes the emotional state of the other person. The habits of deep listening and recognizing effort scale to any human interaction, whether in a professional setting or a personal one. A grounded understanding of this framework creates the conditions for more resilient, durable bonds with the people around us.